day and black as night. No evil shall escape my sight. That's right. We going there. Today, Piggy's Picks, John Stewart, Green Lantern. Let's get into it. Welcome back to today's edition of Piggy's Picks. Today, Piggy is picking John Stewart, Green Lantern John Stewart. Today's episode is actually being brought to you by Candles by Marie. That's right, doing a shameless plug. If you want your house to smell good, definitely head on over to Candles by Marie. Check it out. Let her know Piggy sent you. All right, so let's get into it. So today we're...
Dang, Piggy. Is that your wife? Like the one that does the candles? Oh, I think you're on mute, Piggy. 1 second. Let me see if you are on mute. Oh, I think you're on mute, but let's see. What's up for your Kong? Yeah, you're still on mute. Oh, there you go. So you're unmuted now.
Cool.
No, I was saying like who was that the candles picks or those candles from?
Oh, yeah. So that's my little sister. She's got her own business, like Candles by Marie, and she's always supporting me, always kind of like my biggest cheerleader. So I found out she was doing that. I had to throw her a shout out.
Like I had the sideshow Green Lantern a long time ago, and that's the first video that popped up when I was like going for the Green Lantern. I was like, oh hell yeah, and that's how I got introduced to you. I think I finally got to meet you at Astro's channel, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, man, how's it going, Piggy? How's your
Yep,
day?
man, it's going. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but today was going pretty good. It's actually better now. I'm on with you. We got our peeps out there in the chat. So I'm not gonna complain, man. I'm off work tomorrow, so that's even better.
Oh wow, lucky guy. Awesome, man.
Yes.
Like I said, I think I met you. Like I first got a glimpse of your channel from the Green Lantern. Then I saw you on Astro. Then I saw you on Cash, his channel. Then I started seeing you everywhere. So, man, like I can't remember exactly when we met, but I honestly, it's like we've been like friends for like a long ass time. So it's been really cool, man.
Yeah, man. It seems like forever. I know we've all told the story a couple of times, but when I first kind of got into the community, the only channels I knew of was like Gem Mint, Mr. X, things of that nature. And I was like, man, is it any like brothers, any Latin guys, any black guys? Like, is it just me? And then boom, Astro was like, come on with me and H Stats. And then we were on there, you, Cash, and it's just been going from there. And then Cash started having me on. He did a kind of a one-on-one with me, and that was pretty cool. And then you hit me up, and I think you pretty much just adopted me into our panel brethren, and it's just been just steady ever since.
That's crazy, right? Yeah, man. It's been fun, man. And like you, John, Cash, and everybody. Yeah, man. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, this thing's gonna be like another one-on-one, a sort of type of interview type of thing. But getting to know the collector behind the collection. But we always start this off with a bunch of shout outs. So you had a ton, man. Like I guess this thing is getting popular because you had a ton. Like I didn't see John get all this stuff. No kidding. No, but community shout outs, man. You got some good ones. So the first one I'm going to start out with is the ones that the guys that were able to send them through comments or send me private message, whatever. But the first one comes from our guy Mark Books. So Well, this is what he says. He says, "Okay, I want you to start out my comment by singing Notorious B.I.G. except slight alteration." I had to read that part just because he says, "Piggy, piggy, piggy, can't you see? Sometimes the words hypnotize me." I did it horrible, but for real, the piggy, uh, but for real, Piggy is a cool dude. I still remember his story about finding out his real name. Plus, anyone that messes with Motu is cool with me. Appreciate you, bro. That's Mark Books, by the way.
Hey, that's amazing. Hey, shout out to Mark Books because that's hilarious, man. That he remembered that.
Uh-oh, I think we lost you. No. I think he froze up, you guys. I'm gonna save the rest for a little bit later, just because I want to see his reaction. No, but I'm gonna give Piggy a couple more minutes to come back from it. It looks. Oh, you're back. You're back. You're back.
Yeah, sorry about that. If it happens again, I'm gonna switch to my tablet. My apologies.
Oh, okay,
Um,
no problem. No
but
problem.
I was just saying that that's amazing that Mark remembered that because the abbreviated version was I was smart as hell as a child, almost genius level, knew everything, but had no idea that my name wasn't Piggy, and that's been my name all my life. So I'm good with it.
And it's one of those things, if you know, you know, because you mentioned that in one episode. And I think everyone, like, if you watch the episode, you know, right? So, yeah, Mark's been a longtime follower of yours, I think.
Appreciate you,
But
man.
this other one comes from another one from the community, our guy Bookfangs. He says, whenever I think of Piggy, the word that comes to mind is old head. Piggy is the type of collector that just embodies the essence of the word classic. If you ever follow him on Instagram, you'll see him posing with one of his collectibles as if he's posing on a retro rap album cover. Lastly, I will say that the man occasionally has good taste. He's a collector worth keeping on an eye, and when I'm always happy to share a stream panel with him. That's Buckfangs.
Oh man, hey, I appreciate that. Shout out to Buck, man. Let me tell y'all, like everybody thinks that me and Buck. Am I freezing again?
No, you're good.
Oh crap. Okay. Everybody thinks that me and Buck had like this notorious beef because I'm always back and forth with Buck or back and forth with Keesus. And when I tell y'all, Buck is my favorite person. Like even if I'm somewhere in the chat, I could just be like saying, "Let me check in and say what's up." And if I see Bucks in the chat, I'm just gonna sit down and stay for a while. I love the camaraderie, the back and forth, the arguing. But low key, Buck helps me out a lot. I'm always looking for his opinion when I'm kind of indecisive about a piece because I can think it's amazing, and I may still think it's amazing, but Buck is gonna find that like if you look at the fourth leaf on Ivy's plant, it's slightly wilted. So you
Yeah.
know what I mean. I got mad appreciation for that. So shout out to Buck, and I appreciate you.
That's the guy that always gets you for the trident. So I wouldn't say too many more kind words of that guy.
Oh, we'll be back arguing tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Another guy from the community. This guy, I'll give you a heads up too. I haven't watched any of these videos, so a big heads up on. I apologize ahead of time if they say something crazy. So, but you know this guy. Everyone knows this guy. This guy's collection is badass, and this is Terry from Gotham Cinnabites.
All right, so Piggy's picks. Now, what is that? Oh, oh, that, that feels a lot better. So Piggy's picks. I know not the only bad thing I can say about the guy is his ugly green and yellow shelves and those
Goddamn.
ugly green and yellow helmets. But on a serious note, I mean, I first saw Piggy on Astro's stream, which I mean, we miss you too, Astro. But so from there, I mean, I was led to his channel, and I started watching everything. I really enjoy everything Piggy does. If the one thing I would have to say is his videos sometimes are very short, which I get it. I mean, we all have a life, and we all use this. This is our hobby. But yeah, I mean, Piggy has such good content. Sometimes I wish it was just longer. But you guys, if you're not following him on TikTok, go and do it because he does, all these interviews at comic shops and all this, cons and stuff. It's really, really good stuff. I just found his TikTok, but just really appreciate everything, Piggy. I mean, all your stuff is good. I mean, it's always a friendly ear. I mean, me and the wife are doing these Candyman reviews now, and he keeps telling me like, "Oh, wait till you get to 3 in the remake," and yeah, we just got there. But it's just fun chit chatting up on the horror stuff, and I love your turtle stuff as well, and just big props to you, man. Really enjoy everything you're doing, and keep it up. And I'll see you guys later.
Can you believe that guy? When he changes into that
Oh
jersey,
man,
he's getting better with all these videos, man. I swear, he's getting too much practice.
yeah. I should have known it was coming as soon as I saw him. He's gonna have something to say about the Packers, but it's all good. Um, Man, Gotham Cineplex, that's my guy, man. Like, especially when it comes to like the horror, like talking to him and like Cash about like the different horror movies, and I really appreciate him and his wife doing those reviews because it's something that I wanted to do, but I just haven't had the time because I've been super busy. And that kind of goes to where he was saying a lot of my videos are really short. Um, in the beginning, like if you look at some of my older videos, they were long. I mean, they were like episode of a sitcom long. And then throughout the process of me being in this hobby, I kind of got some promotions, which I'm very thankful for that blessing, but it takes up a lot of my time. So it was either like I had to kind of move towards shorts and just try and make the shorts interesting, or I had to just stop making them altogether. So if it's time when I have vacation, I'll do like longer videos and I'll kind of hold them and drop them here and there. But during the week, 9 times out of 10, I got to do a short. But I'll try to find a way to kind of make them longer and be more engaged. But
Hell yeah.
shout out to Gotham Advice, man. He's an amazing dude. Not the best taste in football, but he's an amazing dude. One of my favorite things to talk to during like all
I
this
got to see
happening.
that game where you guys played the Seahawks. We'll see. No, cool, cool. This other guy, you know him pretty well. Like, let's see what he says. I didn't screen D, so we'll see what he says.
What's up, collectors? It's your man Fatal coming with a shout out for my man Piggy. What can I say about Piggy? Well, if you want to describe Piggy in one word, first word that comes to my head is humble. And if you start a YouTube channel, call it the Humble Collector. I give credit for that. But anyway, man, Piggy's a real good, down to earth brother. I've had the opportunity to stream with him a couple times within the last couple of months on Cast the Gemini show. And then I invited him on my show for what many may consider a controversial discussion, but we talked about being God fearing or a Christian in the collecting community and can you do both? And I appreciate you for bringing great insight to that discussion. It was a really well received show, something that probably has never been done in our circle. So, man, to be bold enough to come on there and do that, I really appreciate you for that. And one of the things that you can take from Piggy, I think all of us collectors, is his ability to have boundaries or to be frugal or disciplined when it comes to spending money, on these collectibles. There's a lot of things that we want, and sometimes we go overboard with the spending. And I believe that Piggy shows us a great example on being selective with this collecting. So definitely humble, definitely disciplined, and you can take a lot of advice from him on that. So shout out to you, Piggy, man. Peace out.
It's your man Fatal.
Like, let me get myself together because I ain't even an emotional dude, and y'all getting me a little. No, I
I
actually
know
let
that's
me
what
just say
everyone
first, I
goes through.
appreciate
Like,
you, and and it was right on time. So I appreciate you for having me on this week, and I appreciate Fatal and everyone else for their kind words because it has been a real, like, really rough past couple of weeks in my personal life, extremely rough. And but I'm but as Fatal said, I am a man of faith. I'm Hebrew. I'm extremely frugal. I don't get insulted by being called cheap because it's just what it is. I'm never going to tell somebody or encourage somebody. I don't pocket watch, but if I'm talking to somebody and you mention that you got some bills coming up, and I know you got like 8 POs out there, yeah, I will have a sidebar like, hey, you gonna cancel one of those, or you hit the lottery and I don't know about it, because you always have to prioritize. Because I mean, if you really think about it, it's a blessing to be in this community and to be able to collect these statues because they're expensive and not everybody can do it. A lot of us that are doing it can't even really do it. And if you tell like the average person outside of the community how much some of these statues cost and how much it costs to even ship them to us, it won't even compute to them. So we are abundantly blessed to be able to do this, and not just from a financial standpoint, but from everybody, excuse me, I've met along the way, like yourself, like John, like Terry, like Cash, Astro, everybody. And just to give you a real quick example, I mentioned I was having a rough week. Man, Cash hit me up a couple of times, and he was like, "Hey, you all right, bro? You don't seem like yourself. What's going on? You need to talk." So is that's what I appreciate even more so than us coming together, being able to talk about the statues, but the kind of relationship that everybody has built. You know what I mean? We all have different stories, different jobs, different everything, but we kind of came together on this career, on this hobby, and it kind of shows you that we all have more in common than we have different because not everybody's cool. And if anybody's ever been on, I won't go into the backstage stuff, but we talk about everything. You know what I mean? We all talk throughout the week, so I appreciate that. I appreciate Fatal. I appreciate him having those type of shows, and anytime you have them, if I'm invited, I'm coming on. Cause yeah, first and foremost, I'm thankful. I have gratitude. That's about it.
No, I completely agree with you, man. Like, definitely share the same advice and share everything. All right, man. Hopefully, so this other guy, this guy, the thumbnail is hilarious. So hopefully this one doesn't like cheer you up. This one hopefully makes us laugh. Let's see how it goes, though. This is from the Everyday Collector.
Piggy, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Piggy. Happy Monday, guys. Piggy, I wanted to reach out and just share with you how much of an awesome person you are. You have such a big heart and such a great personality, and I am glad to be able to call you a friend. Always enjoy hanging out on the live shows with you, and backstage, we always have tons of laughs. You rock, Piggy. Thank you again for being an awesome friend and community member. Take care, guys.
I'm probably gonna get a
Oh
copyright strike now after that
man,
Biggie
I
Biggie song.
appreciate it, man. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love the creativity. Yeah, man, John, that's my guy. I'll just say, like, as I said, and when I was giving my words about John, that dude goes hard for pause. That dude is an advocate for everybody in the community. Man. If somebody's wrong, if somebody's trying, like somebody's getting screwed over, man, is that's why I think Batman is his character because it's like you throw that bat signal up there, and here comes John. So it's I appreciate John. I appreciate the camaraderie with him. Just talking to John, man, a dude that loves his family. That's doing it the right way, bringing his children up in the hobby, throwing the Spider-Man stuff in the children's room and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hosting like every event with John during the week, like Golden Week and just sideshow online event and just anything that pops up. It's always a good time with him, man. Y'all, we're a statue family, man. So I just shout out to John. Much appreciation.
Oh yeah. This other guy, I'm telling you, man, you got some videos, man. This other guy, I don't know if you love him or you hate him, but we'll see. Oh shoot, is it? 1 second, sorry, that's my bad. I think it's muted. Yeah, it's muted. All right, my bad.
YouTube and fellow collectors, what's going on? Cash Gemini here. See, I've been compelled to say something nice for Piggy. What I like to say about Piggy is he's one of the most genuine people I've ever gotten to meet. Piggy is the epitome of age is just a number. Piggy is almost like the relationship that we've built is kind of like that big brother type relationship where, I've been able to call him for personal advice, obviously collecting advice. I happened to come across his channel and, being more ignorant at the time, I'm like, wow, I thought this was more of a, I guess you could say a non-cultural type hobby. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, damn, we got African Americans collecting as well. So that was pretty cool coming across Piggy, man. Piggy's one of the most genuine people ever. You always see him laughing, smiling, talking about Ninja Turtles, Motu. He has some amazing collectors, collectibles actually. Luke Cage, Black Panther, Storm, a bunch of cool things in the collection. I'm being actually compelled to say all of this. I got a piece of garlic here. I'm trying to ward off the compulsion, but it's not working, man. Piggy is like 55 years old, man. He says he's 55. I don't know, man. The man looks 27. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Piggy, man. Hey, man, honestly, it's been amazing knowing you. It's been amazing getting to add another friend to the brotherhood of collecting. And honestly, dude, just cheers, man. Keep collecting. Obviously take it at that slow pace, and so everything is good, man. Everything is good. Shout out Piggy. It's your boy Cass and Gemini. Jumbo, baby.
The Gemini.
Put some garlic in your life.
I guess I didn't understand what the garlic was about, but is that something that you know?
He said I'm a vampire, and the garlic war.
Probably.
But yeah, I don't even know where to start with Cash. Like he really kind of like Astro pulled me into the community, but Cash pulled me into the community. I met you through Astro and through Cash. Man, when I tell you we talked throughout the week about statue, like you said, like statue stuff, about personal stuff. And like I said, it really touched me that as I've been really going through some trying times over the past couple of weeks, that he recognized that I wasn't quite 100% myself and just reached out and was like, "You are good, and what do you need?" And you know what I mean? Like I genuinely appreciate that, and the friendships that have been made from being in the hobby. Um, Man, and we have a lot of the same taste and a lot of the same statues, so it's real cool to be like when the Beast Man just came out. We sitting there like you getting it almost at the same time. Did you PO the Beast Man yet? You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate Cash, man. That's my guy. Like you said, that's like I done adopted him as my little brother, man. So shout out to Cash, man. I'm a chill before I get a little bit too emotional, but yeah, man, I'm just taking it in.
Awesome. Well, here's one last one. He's part of the COC campaign, or one of the 3 heads of the COC campaign. And like I said, I didn't vet these, so I apologize in advance. And we'll see how this one goes. If it plays, I'm gonna reload it because I had to download this one. But 1 second, let me reload it. Sorry about that. Oh, there we go. It's working now. So let me present it, and then here we go.
Piggy, can't you see how your statues hypnotize me? And I just love your Motu ways. This is why they so pay. Piggy. Shout out to Piggy, one of the most humble, one of the most nonchalant, cool, big back in the cut brothers in the community. Yeah, I got nothing but love for Piggy. I first bonded with Piggy over our mutual discovery of how hateful Buck Fang was. I was in a backstage, and I remember being on vacation backstage with Piggy and Buck, and I've never seen somebody have something, knowing that the other person wasn't able to get that at the moment, and they sold out. But Buck Fang flaunted the exclusive Merman Trident like you ain't gonna ever be able to get this. Look how beautiful it is. You're just gonna be incomplete if you don't have this. That's when it was like, yo, the level of hate that Buck has is next level. And I hope I'm never, ever have anything that I want and Buck has. Cause woo, that brother will make me cry. And then we also found out that he was an ageist, but this ain't about Buck. This is about celebrating Piggy. Yeah. I do have some issues with Piggy. If I'm being totally honest, I do have some issues with Brother Piggy. The first one is, how do you collect a whole line of teenage mutant ninja turtles and don't have rap first? At least second, third, but not have them at all? I can't get over that. It's not my collection, I know, but it still hurts. I ain't gonna act like it doesn't hurt me, even though it ain't my collection. It really does hurt me that you don't have Raph, the best turtle. Get rid of that techno nerd Donatello. Get rid of that fake ass Boy Scout Leonardo. Get some Raph in your life. Other than that, I love Piggy. Keep doing what you're doing, Piggy. Nothing but love. Hope to see you on Collectors Club, Casual Nerd Problem, wherever you might find me. And you know, just keep doing your thing, man. Smooth and steady. I'm out. Peace to Casual Nerd Problems and the whole crew. Catch y'all next time.
That wasn't too bad.
I appreciate Crippler, man. I love being on like with Crippler, being backstage, man, because that dude will have you cracking up, and like it could be a whole conversation going, two, three conversations going, and he just in the background, you hear some miscellaneous noise or something that he. I'm like, what? So you caught that? So yeah, like that's my guy, man. That's my guy. And plus, he's very astute to recognize the extreme Super Saiyan hatred levels that Buck can attain. So
Yeah.
you know that's a plus as well. That's my guy, man. Crippler always has me cracking up between his impersonations, his noises. I love what they do with the verses when him and Darth Rashid are in character. Um, I really appreciate and value what he brings to the community. I got my trident; it's over there behind me, and then. As far as Raphael, I thought I didn't have room, but as all of y'all told me, never say you don't have room. And now I have room, and now I'm hunting them down. So hopefully we'll be bringing Raph home soon. But I just got to say thank you to everybody that dropped the kind words and the kind regards. It means a lot to me. And I really, I sincerely mean this when I say I appreciate you, Steve, everything you do for the community. I'm sorry, Casual, everything you do for the community. And I appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that has given kind words, that took the time out of their very busy days to say the things about me and pertaining to me that they said. And I'm just very thankful to everybody that we've met in the community from the beginning when I was just meeting Astro, right down to the past couple of months meeting new cool people like Your Vision. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it. I'm just taking it all in. It's very rare that I'm at a loss for words, but y'all got me kind of a little bit emotional right now, so I'm just getting myself together. But I definitely appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, thank you too, man. Honestly, this is the way I want to start out these chats. It's just you're part of the community, and I know people don't understand that word community in some groups, but community is what you're seeing right here. It's a bunch of collectors sharing their thoughts on basically other good friends of theirs within the community. So it's different for everybody, but it's also we're here to have a good time, So big thank you to everyone that shared those videos, those words from Mark Books, from Buck Fangs, and everyone that shared the videos from John and everybody else. Like really big thank you to you guys. Oh, and Cece says, nice to have someone else in the hobby who likes when things match as much as I do. There you go.
Yeah, oh yeah. I love Cece, man. Because I got OCD and it's bad, and she matches my level of, hey, those colors aren't the same, or those two paintings aren't hanging at the right angle across from each other. Like that lights up the electricity in my brain when people get on that level. Just like I'll say really quickly, like even when I'm looking at the collection videos or the room tours, like looking at Sliper's setup, just seeing how clean it is or how aligned everything is, it does something very pleasing to my neurotic brain. So mad shout out to CC.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Hashtag OCD crew.
Yep.
That's funny. Well, cool, man. Well, we're gonna get to our next topic, which is gonna be. So I asked everybody, pick your favorite characters, like whatever characters you guys want from whatever IP, and you gave me a list, and you said Merman, Doctor Doom, He-Man, and Voltron. What made you pick these characters? Or is it from like when you were a kid, or like from statues, or like what was the why do you like these characters so much?
Yeah.
Why are they your top?
So starting with Voltron, man. Voltron, out of all of pop culture, is my all-time favorite character. Um, so I'm gonna tell y'all, and this is a teaspoon of a confession. As nice as I seem now, that's why I'm a very faith-filled man, because I wasn't always as nice a person. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Robert Taylor homes in Chicago, but it was one of the country's worst projects. That's where I grew up at until my family was blessed to kind of move us out to the suburbs. And it was a whole different existence. And the reason I mention that is because no matter what was going on, if I came in that house and I turned on that TV with the hanger in the back, we had to have the pliers to turn it, man. It was rough. As soon as Voltron came on, nothing else mattered. It's like I was transported into that universe. Like I was a part of it. Like I'm staring, nothing else that's going on, and straight up Chirac in the hood, nothing else was going on because I was in that world of Voltron. And um, to get the figures, you know what I mean? Like where I can look at it while I'm watching it on TV, and then the TV show goes off, and I can kind of pose them. I guess that's where it started. I could kind of pose them similar to how I saw them posed on the on the TV screen. That just did something where it's just like, man, it doesn't have to end when the program ends. I can still be a part of this world as long as I have these collectibles. I mean, I'm sure they were plastic and probably only worth about $8, but I mean, it was still that representation for me. It was an escape, and it was just like, so when I see Voltron, it just hits those member berries, that nostalgia. And then when Sideshow had that Voltron piece, man, that was the dopest thing I had ever saw. And then here we are years later, and that dude has come a long way, and that Voltron is still my grill piece that I'm hunting down, that I foolishly didn't get because at the time I think it was like $700 back then, and this was when statues were like under $1,000. I was like, man, I can't pay that much for a statue. I can't pay 700. Now that would be like a bargain basement fire deal, but I let it get through my head, and so I'm hunting it down, and I've been it. It was a nostalgia, it was an escape in, and even watching the reboot. Generally, I don't like reboot. But those Netflix episodes were really good, like a million of them, but I still had that same feeling watching it as an adult as I had watching it back then in the project. So definitely, that's why Voltron from character level, the statue level, the first character that gave me that escape. Um, He Man. He-Man was like a close runner up, but the difference with He-Man was not only did I watch him on TV, I had the comics because they had different comic runs. So it was dope seeing the iterations of him in the comic book, seeing what was going on with him on his TV show, on his sister's TV show. Like he was just everywhere, man. I would say like in 83, 84, He-Man had the if you were a child, if you were a young adult, it don't matter. He-Man ruled pop culture at that time. And then as the years went on, even when we had like the 2004 reboot, I thought that was amazing. Like that 2002, 2004, that Masters of the Universe that came on Cartoon Network was like a masterpiece at that time. Loved it. Um, I do. I won't go into the Kevin Smith one that was just on Netflix last year, but the animation is good. But
Yeah, it
He-Man
looked
was
really
a
good.
close runner up. And when I got the statue, like this one right behind me, and I don't know if you can see the one up there,
Oh wow.
but yeah, like He-Man to have those statues when I got them in, it was like, man, like I can't even explain where it's like I was transported back to that time to where I could escape to those programs, but at the same time I was thankful for where I am now and that I'm able to even acquire these statues. So definitely that's the connection with the Voltron. Um, Doom, man, we don't even have the type of time for me to go into Doom because I think Doom is like the dopest Marvel character. Like I think Doom is probably the out of all of let's say Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, whatever, all of those characters for me is Doom, man. Even when they do like the cartoon depictions, like I was watching one the other day where like all the Avengers, Fantastic Four, all of them, they were straight jumping this dude, and it was like submit. And just like the way he talked to people, he's like Doom does not submit. You know what I mean? Like he's calm with it. He's firm. He's gonna tell you how it's gonna be. He's still gonna ruin your existence, but he's not gonna get over emotional with it. He's not gonna even bust a sweat and effort. He's gonna handle you whether it's with technology, whether it's with sorcery, or whether it's with his own smarts, which is why I love him. He has like a whole ton of resources, and he's a dope character. And my Doom statue, that when I got that statue, man, I think I sat in my man cave every day for like 2 weeks straight. Shout out to Dwayne Davis, who I got it from, D3. But man, I sat there and just looked at that thing every day. I feel like that thing is a masterpiece. Like it's a work of art. Merman. So I've always liked Merman from the whole Masters of the Universe world, but he's the one I'll take from a statue perspective. For me, I think the level of detail in the Tweeter Head Merman statue is just amazing. There's another word that I would use, but it's too profane. But man, that thing is next level. Like if you just really look at it, if you look at the color, and now they're coming out with another color variant, the level of detail from like the top of his ears to like the toenail portion to like the him coming up out of. Some people say it looks like he's coming out of pee, but him coming out of the swamp at Snake Mountain, him wielding the trident. Yes, Buck, I have the trident, and it's not AI; it's the real trident. Um, it's just next level. They killed that statue, and just I also like the fact that it came with like I could use both portraits. I have the kind of like old school portrait on him in his regular pose, and then I have the. Let's see if I can turn it. So, and then the other portrait, as you can see, like at the bottom of Tila's base, since I have the version where she's holding the sword, it looks like she chopped his head off. So I kind of,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I kind of get use out of both versions. So, yeah.
Hey, look at you, man. I didn't know you had the whole line right behind you. That's nice, man. I really like that line.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. I love it. It's my favorite line of slightly over Ninja Turtles, but it's the favorite line that I collect. Um, that Merman is currently probably my between Merman and Doom. They're my favorite two statues right now. Up until that LBS Hulk hopefully gets here, but like I love this whole line. I think Sideshow did a great job, and I think since Twitter had kind of picked up the baton with the Motu line, I think they've been doing amazing work. I'm excited for this Beastman to get here. Um, as they said, it wasn't in my budget to get Trap Jaw when he first came out, and then I don't want to run out of room and squeeze them in too closely together. So I think the Trap Jaw is amazing. He's just if it's between him and Beastman, I got to get the Beastman first. But yeah, it's my favorite line from a nostalgia factor and just from an art factor. Like I'll try and I know it's not the best connection, but I'll try and if you can see on the bottom shelf that Hordak man, I'll turn the light off and see if that helps with the
Yeah, dang.
that Hordak is next level, man. Look at the paint on the Hordak.
Yeah, it pops,
It's,
man.
yeah, it's straight up next level. I have the older Skeletor down there. I still like it, man. There's no need for me to get the new one, even though the new one looks amazing. But just the level of detail on that Hordak, I was staring at how good the. If you guys get a chance to see him in person, it's nothing that can be represented on on film or on pictures. It's just it's next level. They killed it, and that merman, he's just they did an amazing job. An amazing job.
Dang, okay. Awesome. Well, that actually leads me to our next topic, which is going to be you shared some pictures for this one, but how the collection began, or how did the collection begin? You sent me these pictures, and if you could tell us a little bit about these guys.
So um, I really like this piece because it kind of reminds me of I don't know if you guys ever watched the DC animated show that came on Cartoon Network. I think they had like 3 seasons. Like two was like Justice League, and then one was like Justice League Unlimited or something like that. But this statue kind of put me in mind of that particular cartoon, and I think that was an amazing cartoon. It was addictive, so I had to get it. And to be honest, when I was getting these particular pieces, these were the biggest pieces that I knew about. Like I saw the huge Voltron statue and a Blanca that I have, but other than that, I didn't know really about Sideshow. Like this is that's what I was collecting. Like these are DC DC Direct, something like that. But like I love these pieces. I still love them to this day. This is currently in my son's room. In his cabinet because I didn't want to sell them and I still like them. It was just the biggest. It was the biggest statues that I knew about at the time. I had no idea about like the amount of quarter scales, third scales, statue companies, scale, any of that. So, and I think this is really a good line. It's still a good line, and I still like these pieces, and people still like them. When his friends have been over or when we have company and they're like, man, those are dope. I'm like, yeah, those aren't toys. Don't touch them. Don't play with them.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, these are my pieces. You see the mirror kind of collapsed up there. She fell off the little waterfall effect, which it's funny when all the Amber Turd stuff was going on. That's when she fell off of the water. So I
It was a
think
sign.
yeah, but yeah, man, these pieces were great. I enjoyed collecting them, and I still kind of incorporate like the cyborg that goes along with this line. I have them out there with my regular statues that I have kind of in the basement displayed. So I love this, man. It was my beginnings. I'm thankful, and then from there, I got into like the Alice and the Blanca. Those were my first two um, bigger scale statues.
I've always loved this line. I got to meet this guy. What's his name? Something Campbell.
Yeah, is it Scott?
Scott Campbell. Yeah. I got to meet this guy. He's a really, really nice guy, and like all his statues were in front of him too. They're amazing pieces, man.
This thing looked amazing, and I had to get it when I saw this. So my sister's favorite like thing on the planet is Alice in Wonderland. And when I saw this, I was like, man, this is amazing. And it's kind of a more adult Alice kind of. So I got it, man. And now I got to buy her one. So I may get her the dark Alice. But, this was a masterpiece. I low key, I want the Evil Queen with the mirror.
At the mirror, yeah.
Yeah, but I waited too late. So I got waitlisted, which was for the best because it wasn't really in the budget. But man, I think this Alice is still an amazing piece. Like, I love it. I love it. I had to have it.
And then you show your Blanca. Is this a PCS or is this a sideshow as well?
It's PCS. That Blanca was dope. So this was the first. So I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken. Those are my games. And when I saw this, I was like, man, this is amazing. And then it was my first time seeing something that was in a bigger scale that was also mixed media. So I was like, I wonder how it's going to be, how it's going to look, how I can incorporate it in. And I was like, you know what? Let me just pull the trigger and get it. And I think it was only like $300 and some change at the time. And I'm laughing because I still couldn't believe, like, when I bought these first two and they were a couple $100, it was agonizing. I was like, what am I doing? Should I even get, like, what? Let me just stick with the smaller DC ones because there's no way I could pay a couple $100. And now here we are paying thousands, and so he's not my favorite statue, but he really pulled me into kind of like the bigger scales and the mixed media.
So I guess another question I follow up with this one is like how the collection began. Like, is there anything that you would have changed from the beginning?
Yeah, I would have. Like I have a couple. Like I got a couple Thundercats. I got a multi-line. I have some Ninja Turtles. I have some Hulk stuff. I have some Marvel stuff, and I have some DC stuff. And I think I've organized it well, but I think I would have like razor focused on just one line or one theme, and that would have been it. I'm blessed to have a room to kind of display them to where they're not spilling over into each other, but that kind of goes into the OCD. Like, if I know this sounds crazy, it looks great when other people do it, but I can't have like a Star Wars figure next to a DC figure next to a Thundercat. And I've seen some amazing setups like that, and I love it for them. I'm just talking about for my particular eye. I could never be comfortable with that setup unless I can bring them together. Like, you see like Superman up there, and then like He-Man and Lionel, and that's because I have a whole like line of comics where it's like Thundercats versus He-Man versus Superman. So I can tie them together, display some of those behind it. As long as in my mind I can tie them together. But when it's all these different IPs, it's really hard to coordinate them because it's like, man, I want another turtle, but I'm out of room. And then it's like, well, you got all this room in here where these where these He-Man figures are. And then it's like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have just stuck with one line, it would be room for every character that I want. But then it's like I would have to sacrifice one or two of the other lines that I'm collecting. So that's the hard part. I think I would have just forced myself to pick one, and it probably would have been Masters of the Universe. And then I could have Trap Job.
Yeah, well, that's all good. Everyone's answer is always different. Like, some people said like they wouldn't change one thing. Some people said like they would have just changed one part of like their collecting habits. But everyone's answer is always different. So the next one to follow up on this one is going to be, how's the collection going? So I don't know if this is a good spot to start off from, but like you are dwelling in the 1/10 because they're making basically everything that you want, right? Like the 1/10 stuff.
Yep. Yeah. At first I was kind of upset because it's like all the good characters are in 1/10, and then the 1/10s are getting more and more expensive. But at the same time, it forces me to be a little bit more creative to say how can I, like, generally I wouldn't mix skills, but if I'm smart about it, maybe I can. Maybe they can be an accent piece somewhere. Maybe they can be, proximity pieces where it's like creating a dio or something like that. Maybe it can just be in a theme. So like with these Wonder Twins, this is the only place in my, so all of my statues are downstairs on the level that I'm on. These ones that you see in purple are the only ones outside of that area. They're in the dining room. And I always laugh because I think about that meme where the grandma is like, "You stupid kids! I didn't leave my dining room. Like this china cabinet is for dishes."
Yeah, I got that picture coming up. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like that room is purple. So I spray painted a purple shelf and put it in there, and I kind of like upholstered a purple background as the backdrop in the china cabinet.
Looks
And I was
good.
like, okay, this shelf can be purple, so I can mix the scales as long as they can fit in there, and it's purple, and they're all DC.
Yeah. You're OCD, UNCC,
Yeah,
man. Awesome, awesome. Well, then you got the Joker. You have multiple Jokers, but then this is the cabinet. I'm guessing that you're talking about, right?
yep, yep. So I took all the glass out that were shelves. I kind of have some. I cut some wood shelves, spray painted them like this purple glittery type of stuff. Reupholstered the back because it had to match everything else for it to be purple. And shout out to Pudgy because that Joker is 1/6 scale, and he was like, when I was gonna get the quarter scale, he was like, "Don't do it." He's like, "Man, Piggy, that 6 scale is huge." He's like, "Where are you gonna put it?" And I told him in the china cabinet. He's like, "Do not get the quarter scale; it'll never fit." And when the 6 scale got here, I was like, "Man, this thing is never." So I had to finagle it just to get that one to fit in there. So shout out to Pudgy for that. But this was my way where I can kind of mix scales as long as I can tie them together by the color.
Yeah, it's looking great, man. I love the. I know it's like OCD with you guys, but I love the colors do match, statues do match, and it is part of the DC line, so that's a huge plus.
Thank you.
And then you go down. Is this back down on your basement
Yeah,
here?
yep. Everything else is downstairs. That's actually in the room that I'm in right now. It's under a picture of Muhammad Ali,
Oh, sorry. Let me get this
and
going.
then it's right there underneath it.
Oh, okay.
Were you able to see it? I don't know if you could.
Yeah, we
So
got it right now. Yep. Muhammad
yeah,
Ali, man.
it's right. Yeah.
See, I'm not good at that stuff. Pairing
So
up stuff. I'm the worst.
man, I'm coming to visit, man. We're gonna pair this stuff up.
Yeah. So there's a Muhammad Ali Superman, and then there's like a little bit of a mix on top of it. I'm I'm guessing you have like the module cases, right? On the back right there.
Yeah, yeah. These are Maji cases, and that's the piece that you put on top of them for them to be able to stand on there. And I specifically mention that because some people think that you don't have to get that board. You can just sit your statues on top of the Maji case without it. And if you do that, you're begging for an accident. So I just wanted to kind of mention that safety call out. But yeah, I got this line of comics, and they're in my omnibus too. And yeah, I read my omnibus.
Hey.
It's it's like Thundercats versus He-Man, and then it's like He-Man versus Superman. It's some really good stories in there. Like there's a scene where Mumra like rips Lionel's heart out. There's a scene where Battle Cat becomes a Thundercat. It's a really good read if you guys are looking for something to read. Read those crossover stories. So that was my way to tie in having Motu Thundercats and a little bit of DC mixed in together. And I went with my favorite rendition, which I love the Red Sun Superman story. So
Oh yeah.
I kind of went with that version.
And then you got your Motu line on like the under it. It looks like.
Yep, yep. It was a bit dusty because when I had the fronts off, so I can kind of dust in there. my cat jumped in there. I
Hell
guess he
yeah.
could. The Thundercats were in there. He can go in there, but so yeah, man, I love these pieces. That's not my favorite Lionel, if I'm being honest, but I had to grab him.
Yeah, I like it. Like, especially in the like angle you position that at, it's giving that, I don't know, it's giving the whole story. Like he's about to like put it together and looks badass, man.
Appreciate it. That's what I try to do. I try and pose them to where, like I mentioned when I was little, I would see a scene on Voltron, and I'm like, let me try and get these Voltrons, like, let me get my figures to try and match. Let me get these figures to try and match up what I saw on the TV. So I still do that to this day. I'm like staging a scene, or like I'm staging that comic that I read in my mind when I put these figures in there, or these statues in
And there's your so this is the shut your mouth, Buck Fangs
there.
picture right here.
Yeah, it's not AI like Buck's collection. It's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, this looks great, man. I love this. The whole Motu line I love, but this Merman's probably my favorite.
Man, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Um, so then, oh yeah, like this is beautiful. Like I've seen this one in person, but I don't know, with the background too. I love how you put those like that fabric behind there. It definitely it's beautiful, man.
Thank you, thank you. So I got a sunroom. I like to grow food, grow herbs, things of that nature. And I was like, you know what? I need to have the green out here. So I'm trying to hunt down a swamp thing. I got a notification that like I think Cosmic Chasers that somebody got them in, but as Fatal was saying, I looked at my budget and it was like, no, you're not getting Swamp Thing this month. So out here, I got an Ivy table so far, and those are my two favorite Ivies that have come out so far. And I'm waiting for that new Ivy on Throne to drop from Prime One, and she'll be out there with them,
Okay.
provided it's in the budget at that time.
Are you looking for the Prime One Swamp Thing, or are you looking for the sideshow one?
It's I think it's the Prime One. It's the one where like he has the two different torsos, and one he has the long hair, and one he like I think you have the one with the yellow bird, right?
Yeah, that's Prime One.
Okay, so there's another one. I don't know if this one's Prime One too, or maybe it's XM, but you can take his torso off, and then it's the other torso with the long hair, like he is in the newer comics in the animated series.
XM Studios. Yep.
Yep, XM. So yeah,
Gotcha.
I kind of want that one to go out there, and then that Ivy on Throne, and then that's it for it's gonna be it for the summer.
Awesome. There's some more.
So I made this. I think I got an old video up on my Instagram page. I actually got like all the stuff, the old coffee can that they used in the Little Shop of Horrors movie,
Oh
and
yeah,
I just went to Walmart where they have like the little plastic plants, like by where you would get like the aquarium decorations and terrarium decorations, and I just started grabbing stuff, and I came home with like a glue gun. So that's the secret with me when the budget's done for statues. I think about what I can make on a budget, and it's like I know I can get like $30, $40 and make something, or I can kind of repurpose something I already have. So I really love this because it's just something that I did just on the square of the moment.
yeah, man. It's very creative. Like it's putting stuff together like this. It's awesome.
Thank you.
And then I've seen this piece before, man. This is like very underrated. It's like a little bit. I don't know. People say it's overscaled, but man, like the freaking bass, and he looks badass. I think, but
Man,
this is like very underrated one.
this was my first Prime One piece. Um, this thing is amazing. I wasn't ready for it to be just the dimensions that it was when I got it in person. I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting it at all. So yeah, I love this thing, and it's going in the same room where the other statues I think you'll show next are, but it's waiting for me to kind of move my aquarium around because that's so I'm into vinyl and I'm also into aquariums, aquatics, aquaponics. So I'm gonna put him next to the aquarium, and it just tells the story like he's coming from the sea.
Awesome. You got your Star Wars stuff, and this is crazy, man. Like I completely forget like you collect Star Wars as well. Like I remember you unboxing the Samuel L. Jackson. What's his name in the movie?
Oh, Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love them. I would get a lot more, but I really don't have the space yet. I'm working on building a console, and then maybe they can go on the console. And then I want some troopers as well, and I can't get my hands on like any quarter scale like stormtroopers or anything. So, I just have these three for now. But growing up, man, I had so many Star Wars figures. I had a giant R2D2 piggy bank, man, that was like bigger than I was growing up, like when the movie first came out. So, yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love the shelf too. The Green Lantern, the Prime One Cyborg, and who's the character in the middle again?
So that's Steel. He's from the Superman world, and he's an awesome character. I'm gonna send you some comic books with him in it. He's a good character in the comics. They actually did a Steel movie with Shaquille O'Neal back in the day.
Oh crap! No, that's not a good movie. Okay, never mind. I watched that movie, man. I was like, there you go. Anthony kidding me.
Yes, Terry to review that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome
That Green,
pieces.
that Green Lantern was the first piece that everybody started hitting me up, where they was like, "Hey, are you selling that Green Lantern? I know somebody's looking." I was like, "Man, I guess people really love this Green Lantern because like I got blown up with requests to sell that Green Lantern."
Yeah. Uh, we're gonna go through a bunch of these pictures really quick, just because to save some time. But if there's something that sticks out to you, just let me know. You got a bishop I never knew like existed. Is this like a custom bishop, or where's this from?
Yep, custom Bishop, and that was my first custom piece. I got him, then I got the Luke Cage, that quick image.
Dang. Okay. And then this goes up to Rashid.
Yeah, when the PCS one comes, he'll go on that same shelf, and I can finish my vision.
Ben Chen says he loves the Black Panther. Is the Black Panther sideshow, or is that XM?
That's excellent.
Oh wow. Dang, man. I love older pieces too sometimes, man. Like they stand the test of time, sometimes.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And then you got the this is the custom, I'm guessing the one on the left.
Yep.
Luke Cage.
Got him like right after I got the Bishop.
Dang.
Love that piece, man. Love it.
I don't think I've seen these pictures, man. This is badass shelf. I love this shelf right here. It's like yeah, you guys know how to design. You and Cece, man.
It's the OCD.
Yes, OCD, yeah. That. And here's another shelf. God damn, this looks tight.
Yeah, that's the Storm. Initially, I got her because I couldn't get the XM one, but I'm really happy with her.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a custom Black Panther in the middle. And then shout out to Mark Brooks because that kind of that light up under the Miles Morales, he put me onto that.
Yeah, like Mark Books, if you ever need like lighting help, even Terry too, man. Those guys are the guys I usually hit up. If they like it, like I'll stay with it, but if they don't like it, I can't stick with it. Oh, and then I forgot you had this piece too. This is a crazy piece, like Apollo Creed.
Yeah, had to get him.
Hopefully John watches the movie one day, but we'll see.
When John comes to the States, we're gonna kidnap him for a whole movie week.
Yeah. And I love this piece too. This is Iron Studios, right?
Yes, sir. I love this. Like, I love it. I couldn't display him with the wings out, but it's cool because I have the Falcon displayed like that. But then after I was forced to display him this way because he's up on a high shelf, almost near a beam, I actually like it. I've come to appreciate it, and I like it a little better this way.
Nice. Oh, and here's a video. Let's check. I haven't seen this video yet, but
This is just
if you
some of
want,
my, like if you see me posting when I framed something, like I said, when the statue money is low, hopefully CC sees this. They all have the same frame. They just look different because of the lighting. But these are all pieces that I've framed. I'm working on one now, so hopefully in the next week or so I'll post it. But it's a work in progress. Like I'm doing DC on one side, I mean, and then I'm gonna do Marvel on the other side on the opposite wall. I just gotta decide if I'm gonna do the exact same frames, but for sure it'll be the exact same color.
Oh, I do remember the Hawk. I remember the Rock. You showing us the Rock and then the Hawkman. Yeah, I remember these. It's really cool. More turtles. I
Yeah,
love that wall.
man, thank you. So that wall, all of that art is made out of beads, like hair beads. It's a dude at the shop that D3 and I keep telling you guys about down here in Georgia, where they have like all these vendors called Charlie's, and a guy named Beatbop Art. He made all of these from just straight up beads, man.
Yeah.
And he'll even do like if I tell him like, hey, I want like just any character like the Yojimbo. He did it. Yeah, he's like down there in the corner, like Yojimbo under the casing.
All of them look great, and I love how it's like there's a door on the right for like size reference. It's pretty big ones too.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got what's his name from the Ghostbusters?
Yeah, Ernie Hudson's Wednesday. I had the Slimer, the Hollywood Collectibles group, Slimer, but yeah, he was broken recently, so I'll be looking to replace him soon. But they were amazing pair up when I had them next to each other.
Got your Ninja Turtles. You love Ninja Turtles, huh?
Shout out to Casual Nerd Problems for getting me on to the Gobi lights and for getting me some Gobi lights.
Yeah, man, I would definitely recommend them. They're like really bright and they have like all the colors.
Man, you can mix and match the colors up, make them go to the music, everything.
Yeah, they're legit, man. They're having a sale on them just in case anyone's interested. Govi M1 lights, and they're. So I had a question on this one. Like, oh, actually, I think I already know the answer. The green and the yellow is it's because of the cheese, right?
Oh, so yeah, it's the Green Bay Packer colors, and so everything in my man cave is actually Green Bay or has some green or yellow in it.
Yeah, I'm sure Terry is like clenching his fist right now. Oh yeah, so you got the. Did you like this movie? I haven't got to watch this movie yet, but
So I can't stand the movie, but I think the depiction or the way that they were displayed was amazing. Like I was really kind of going back and forth between these here and the new PCS ones, but I decided to just roll with these and not give them up because I really like this collection. And yeah, I'll be getting the wrap if Cripple is out there.
it's funny. And then you got your Green Bay Packers. Yeah, man. Like, I don't.
I collect them all: Minicos, Funko Pop. I'm just a collector.
Figure Kong's a cool guy. He's on Instagram mostly, but he says, Piggy, you need a new dio made. Let me know.
I'll be hitting you up, sir.
Yeah. So, and then got your Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And then I love this picture right here. This is.
Yeah, this is like one of my favorite kind of displays where I got it just the way I want it. I'm laughing because this is She-Hulk on that middle shelf too, but she's behind the comic book because she's one of my least favorite statues. I'm waiting on a custom She-Hulk to be shipped out right now, and I'm laughing because I know Jeff over at I just forgot the name of his channel, but
Secret Sanctuary.
yeah, thank you. I think he was looking for that She-Hulk. And I'm almost like, but she has a crack on it, and I know he wants a perfect one, or otherwise I probably would have just gifted it to him. I can't stand her, man.
Oh, maybe we could have it fixed. The doctor lives near me, so we could probably have it fixed and have it shipped to him. We'll see. Well, yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good, man. You got your Green Bay Packers football on the bottom shelf, and then yeah, that's the shelf I like right there. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like this is one of my favorite shelves in the collection, where it just again it's telling the story, and it's tied together with the comic book in the middle. So yeah, it's I love being out here. Just I'll just stare at it sometimes for a little bit.
Your what's it called, Wendigo?
Yes, that Wendigo versus Wolverine is amazing. I think this it's a custom, and I think it's next level, man. It's next.
Yeah, looks good. And your diorama, I love this idea. You said like you get it this from like someone from Etsy, right?
Yeah, yeah. A lady and her husband, they're in Spain, and anything that you're trying to make, if you walk her through it or go back and forth with it, she'll hook you up, man. But like heads up, it takes a while for it to get there.
Yeah, yeah. Designing it, I'm sure it takes. Yeah, I'm sure this whole thing. But yeah, you get what you pay for too. I'm sure this looks awesome.
Yeah, this thing is next level.
Here's more pictures, and then more of your other turtles. Oh, and this shelf. I haven't got to see this shelf yet. Oh, this is the
Yeah, I had them up top at first, but then I'm gonna do like the Batman versus Ninja Turtles on that shelf. So they had to move to the bottom shelf. But I wanted to snap a photo while they were kind of up there with with the artwork behind it, because I think the artwork makes the statues pop.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Looks good, man. And so that's how your collection is going so far. So you have a lot. It looks like you have a lot of space, man.
It's getting there. I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate. There is a lot of space, but it started with I'm going to keep it all in one room, and then when I realized I wasn't sticking with one line, then it had to go. I'm going to keep it all on one level, minus what's upstairs in the china cabinet. So as long as I don't start spilling over into like the bedrooms and the bathroom, if you know, you know,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. So the next one we have for today is going to be, or for tonight, it's going to be, what does the future hold for Piggy's Picks? Like as far as collecting wise, like do you see yourself collecting a bunch more? Do you see yourself like getting to something else, or what do you think?
Um, it won't be a bunch more. I'll probably work on a lot of proximity pieces, accent pieces, artwork. There are a couple more statues that I want to get to kind of finish out Motu. And when I say finish out, I don't mean all of them, but just until there's no more space. A couple more for like DC and Marvel, and maybe one or two more Turtle figures. And then after that, I have to be very selective. By like middle of next year, I want to be partially retired to the point of, like I said, when something comes in at that point, something has to go out. I'm getting the Ivy when she comes out from Prime 1 on Throne. I got the Black Adam from Prime 1 whenever they're going to ship it. I have the PCS Blade whenever it ships, and a custom She-Hulk coming. Other than that, man, and of course the Beast Man. I got a custom Yojimbo, and I kind of want to hunt down the Raphael. So just finishing up a few pieces here and there to fill in some spaces of what I have, and then I'll be working on proximity pieces. Barring the Voltron, he's the exception to that rule. I'm getting that Voltron. And then
Yeah.
outside of that, I'm not saying I'll never buy a new piece, because we can actively be in the hobby. We can comment on new pieces that are coming out. We can enjoy other people's pickups and collections. Go to the Comic Cons and everything. But as far as like just buying statues to the amount that I've been getting, I'm really gonna slow it down, scale it back. I'll probably get a lot of 1/10 pieces here and there, but those prices are getting out of control too. So that's kind of up in the air. And then it will just be like if something comes out that really wows me after the middle of next year, I have to ask myself the question of, hey, is it better? Are you willing to give up something that you currently have to bring this in? Because I don't want it to get to where I want to be able to appreciate them. I don't want to hoard them, and I don't want them to spill over into every single area of the house. So and I really need to reprioritize my budget. So I'll still be active. I'll be doing a lot of, like Terry said, interviewing people in the community, people that have the shops, people that kind of provide different services for us in the community. I'll always be on with you guys as long as you'll continue to have me. But as far as like the statue buying is really going to slow down after the middle of next year. But, oh, and I got the candy coming.
Awesome. So collecting wise, that sounds like a good future. What about your YouTube? What's the future hold for your Piggy's Picks YouTube?
So Eventually, I will get around to kind of discussing some of the '80s horror because that's my favorite kind of sub genre of horror. I want to get to where it's like, hey, I pick a partner to watch a horror movie with me, where it's like, all right, casual, we're gonna watch Dead Alive. Um, we have from Monday to Friday to watch it, and then Saturday night, like you give your take, I give my take. But that's its own corner. I definitely want to continue to kind of do boots on the ground in the community and talk to, like, if you ever find me on TikTok, just look up Piggy's Picks, where I'm talking to different people that, like, we have a painter down here in Georgia. A lot of us in the community, we are shipping our stuff to either Asia or Europe for custom paints and waiting like a year or two for it. We got a guy down here now. I've talked to him. We have the guy that's making the bead arts. I'll be kind of interviewing him this upcoming Sunday. Um, we have a guy, Sketch Ellis. Shout out to Sketch Ellis. He and his wife, they do like comic book cover art. I've interviewed them. They did the new Power Rangers cover. Amazing people. They're all down in Charlie's. So I'll even be talking to people that collect figures because I think they're not statue collectors, but they're still kind of like in this overall kind of pop culture community, and just enjoying other people's collections and people that maybe can provide a service that someone in our community, like, they may not know that we have a painter here in the States, or they may not know, um, how to pair up certain things, like, hey, what kind of art should I get? So just showcasing people that can really contribute to the community. And hopefully, as Terry stated, I'll get back to making longer videos because now that I'm more comfortable in my current role at work, I have a little bit, I'm not like just constantly in work mode, and I have a little bit of downtime now. So that's what's to come for the channel.
Awesome, man. Sounds like you're busy. Awesome. So another thing, I think we figured this one out, but maybe there's something that we missed. So I always ask everybody, what's something in your collection that many collectors don't know about? You're a Green Bay Packers fan. You love Motu. You love the Turtles. You love a little bit of everything. But what's something that we didn't get to see that you do collect outside of what we saw already? If there's nothing, that's okay too.
It is. I'm into Bowen as well, and shout out to Casual Nerd Problems for, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but dragging me into the Bowen corner of collect. Like, I have what's this guy's name? My brain's fried right now, but
the War Machine.
yeah, thank you. I have a War Machine. I'm kind of negotiating for a Black Panther, so I'm really gonna get into Bowen a little deeper, and I bought my first hot toy, and I think it was because of John, but the guys were talking about like the Spider Punk from the Elvis version. That thing looked amazing, and I was like, all right, if I'm gonna pull the trigger, I might as well pull the trigger. So I collect all scales, all anything within the genre, whether it's the NECA turtles, whether it's like the Minicos, the Funko Pops. If I can find a way to make it work as a proximity piece or an accent, or I just clearly like it and I think I can find a way to incorporate it, I'll get it. So I'm across scales.
Dang, okay. That's crazy. I do love that Hot Toys one, like the Miles Morales. I love like what's the bad guy's name at the end of the movie? He's like, he wears all purple. He has like that.
Oh, yeah. I can't think. Kang, not I was about to say Kang, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I like that guy. They made a hot toy of that one. I thought that would look great. But yeah, like that's another world right there too, man. Those guys are crazy. Okay, man. So we're getting close to the end of the show. This one I really like because everyone's answer has been different and everyone's experience has been different. So your answer, I feel like everyone's answers are always going to vary. But this one's going to be share some collector advice. Like if there's one piece of advice that you would recommend or like advise guys or other collectors, like what's something you would you would like to share?
Just be genuine, be yourself. This is a cool collecting community, and quickly learn, like you'll learn who you can kind of lean on. And when you get to where you're buying things on the secondary market, it's very important. How they kind of say the buddy system, have somebody that you're cool with in the community, because if it's your first time out there, you don't know who you're dealing with. Like, really get involved in the groups. I'm not saying spend your whole day there, but just kind of get a camaraderie with people and check anyone out before you purchase for the first time. Even if you're buying something from me, ask whoever your buddy is, hey, is Piggy trustworthy? Is my piece gonna come? Is it gonna be smashed up? Is he gonna run off with my money? Because all of us in this hobby, pretty much, if you've been in it longer than a month, you've been on the secondary market, you've been in the groups, you've been on eBay, and we all kind of know who the scammers are. It's sad to say, but there are scammers in every community. We kind of know who the trustworthy guys are, and it feels really good. Where it's like, hey, should I buy this statue for casual nerd problems? And somebody's like, oh yeah, that's an A1 guy. You don't even have to, yeah, just get it, pull the trigger. So just develop a relationship. Everybody's cool, and definitely do your homework before you buy anything on the aftermarket, and just be yourself.
Yeah, I feel like that's something everyone would assume, but like also it's like it's better said than not said. You know, like I feel people are scared to ask because they'll think it's a stupid question. But no, like if you don't know, man, like just ask away. Like
Definitely
yeah, I
ask.
completely agree with you, man. But cool, I love that piece of advice, and I feel like that'll go far. Hopefully, with the new collectors and even the OG collectors. But Piggy, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for being part of this collector behind the collection. I feel like I got to see a lot more of your collection than ever before, so that was cool. Yeah, and it was cool to see like everyone like. I feel like I could have like 50 videos today, but the people that contributed today, it was cool to hear what they had to say for you, and like to reiterate what everyone said. Like I definitely think you're a big contribution to like the whole community, man. Like I never heard like you were mean to anybody, but like also it's like Piggy's a nice guy. Like everyone knows Piggy is a nice guy. So man, like Piggy, keep doing what you're doing, and like you said, have fun with it. And thanks again, man, for jumping on.
Much appreciation. Thank you, everyone, for your kind words, your kind contributions. I appreciate everybody, and anybody out there. If you want to hit me up, and I just want to say this because there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, we didn't know that we could just reach out to like hit us up." You know what I mean? Like, if you got a question about anything, any statue, you heard me talking about Voltron, and you just want to be like, "Yeah, that was my show too." You want to just rap about that? Hit me up, man. We as a group are very approachable. Hit me up anytime, and happy collecting to everyone. And thanks,
Hell
Steve.
yeah.
Appreciate
Yep.
you.
All right, man. We're gonna get out of here. Knight, Gotham Cinnabite, Slifer, Figure Kong, Ben Chan, everyone that joined tonight. Like, definitely big thank you to you guys too. CC, Carl, Ledge, Fate of the Collector, everyone that just stopped by. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, Statue Tuesday. Have a good night, you guys.
Good night.
Peace.